Hello, beautiful kindred souls. Welcome to another week of Tales of Everyday Magical Joy. Today, I wanted to share some of my musings on wonder. Wonder is such a beautiful word for me personally because every time I think of wonder, I think about just the simple things in life that lift my heart up with beauty and magic on a daily basis. Sometimes wonder feels like just noticing a new flower on an indoor plant that just blooms all of a sudden and you were not expecting it, and it fills you with a deep, deep, sweet pleasure. Wonder sometimes might look like suddenly feeling the cuddles of your little girl's hands on you. Wonder for me can also feel like just watching the beautiful colors on flowers as I walk past them. Other times wonder feels like just an imaginary place where I can just stare at clouds as they float by, and they fill me with a sense of awe at their hugeness and apparent softness, which I'm sure isn't actually how they feel if someone was to touch a cloud, but just the sheer awe and majesty of our world that we live in. This has been something that has been so important to me, bringing the wonder into everyday living. I've found that just the simple act of lighting a candle at mealtime in itself just creates a beautiful glow and just makes mealtime such a beautiful gathering to congregate around the light that is shining on this special sweet candle. I don't know what it is about the light and the candle. It just seems to bring in a sense of magical awe and wonder just by lighting it and not doing much of anything else. I've been journaling about what makes me feel grateful, and I've taken this practice a little bit further by journaling not only what makes me feel grateful, but why it makes me feel grateful. Because I feel like when I write about why something makes me feel grateful, then it deepens the gratitude I feel for whatever it is that I'm experiencing. So for instance, I might feel grateful walking through the meadows or walking on forest trails. But then when I really look at why I feel grateful, it's because I feel this stillness in my mind and this sense of peace and quiet that fills me in places that nothing else seems to be able to do. And when I write about my deep why behind why I'm grateful, it seems to fill me up from deep inside and makes me feel even more deeply contented and joyful when I do this. Sometimes I find that wonder can be doing things that you never thought that you might find interesting. For instance, I was never very interested in jigsaw puzzles, but recently I have purchased small jigsaw puzzles from a place that does beautiful sceneries as part of jigsaw puzzles. And when I have been doing this with my daughter, perhaps it's the act of mindfulness that comes into it, but it feels so grounding and peaceful to do this jigsaw puzzle with her. And that fills me with wonder. That's such a simple act, but just focusing on this beautiful scenery and bringing it together makes me feel like, gosh, it's true. Every simple act can be an act of wonder. Sometimes when I comb my daughter's hair, I hum a little tune to myself melody of the tune sometimes is completely made up. But just humming the tune as I comb her hair and braid it and do all sorts of designs on it suddenly makes the whole moment and the whole act of brushing hair seem so much more sacred, filled with wonder, and feels like I'm pouring so much love into this simple act of doing this hairdressing or hair brushing. Other times it might be just the simple stroke of a loved one, or just collecting things like little photos and putting them together and presenting them as a gift to someone that you love. I guess finding the magic in everyday moments and truly embracing the everyday moments, the ordinary, and making them extraordinary through wonder is what I've really been enjoying practicing and cultivating. And I just deeply look forward to cultivating wonder even more in daily living, I should say. Sometimes I experience such deep wonder when I see a rose petal swirling down onto the ground, or a leaf dancing with other leaves merrily in a circle as the wind tosses them up and down. I don't know what it is about nature and seeing things move freely in nature that fills me with such wonder. Perhaps it's the freedom and the carefree movement that touches me. Perhaps it's just feeling so simply present in the moment. Sometimes I spot a bluebird when I'm walking on trails, and that fills me with wonder. Sometimes I'm woken up by bird song, and that fills me with wonder. It feels like nature is calling me and calling out to me, and there's so much joy in that. I guess what I'm trying to share here is that life can be filled with wonder, and it's up to us to notice it. And so I hope that as your days continue to tumble one into the next, that your days are filled with the wonder of everyday magic and joy. Take care and much love.